Was that the signal? All right. All right. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Roll With It RPG. Tonight we are playing Vampire the Dark Ages. It's been a while since we've played last. Lost in the Dark, you might say. During our last session, our characters met each other, met a few potentially prominent vampires in the Middle East region, known as Altamir at this time. Um, and, well, Dagomir unfortunately went into a frenzy due to a blood loss. So, to start us off right, I need him to make a roll.
All right, what do I need to do?
Right, you're going to need to make a conscience, conviction, or conviction roll.
Conscience?
Or conviction.
I don't know if I...
It's the same thing, depending on what your road is.
Yeah, I got conscience. Okay.
Right. Your difficulty is 6.
Oh, well, that's awesome. Because I have a 4.
Well, you have 3 successes.
Ah, wow.
4.
It's actually, I got 4, yeah, because I got a 10 in there. A 10, 2 6s, and a 3. I don't know why it did that to us last time too when we were playing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, didn't count the 10 as 2 successes or the 1 as 2 failures. Like, it was something we had to keep track of.
Right. Okay. Well, the road from up north to Jerusalem, the week's worth of travel, you managed to accept the idea that in the moment the beast is what drove you. It was not you.
Good. I've
So
got enough issues.
So your humanity does not drop. It stays at its current level.
Okay. Good deal.
All right. The other thing is there's been a time skip, a year. As per the request of the of the prince that you were introduced to, you were to spend a year in Jerusalem and write him a report, as it was the simplest thing he could come up with as what he perceived as a necessary task. So during this year, you've been doing what? And let's start with Asmodeus.
So, Asmodeus is actually pretty interested in the rest of the people that were there. So that's actually who he'd be kind of skulking and following around to get more information on them, on who they are, who they talk to, that sort of thing, to gather his own, I guess, his own opinion on who he's working with at the moment.
All right, and what is his plan to do that?
He loves information, and the more information he can get, so he would start with probably Dragomir.
Okay.
Since Dragomir was the one that went crazy at the party. So he would basically use what he's learned and stay in the shadows to observe what he does the first part of the year, I guess. and just see what kind of person he is.
Okay. Tell you what, as we go through everybody else, I'll have you make a roll to see what you observe of their actions. How's that?
Okay, that sounds good.
Right, and since you want to start with Dagomir, let's move to Dagomir then. What have you been doing over this year, sir?
Well, Dragomir's first piece of business would have been primarily to learn local customs, as well as to kind of determine if any of the local customs are slightly different than where he's been living at in the past, as well as religious organizations that are in the area to make sure that
Right.
he's observing the proper customs as well. But outside of that, his first act would have been to locate one of the more destitute or poorer parts of the town, the city, and attempt to establish his own medical clinic in the area, to use some of his training in order to help those, and to get word out that there is a clinic that's open to people that are less likely to be able to afford any kind of good care, and he would do as much as he could to help those that tend to be overlooked. Outside of that, I mean, he also would work to, I think I told you I was having him work on one of his backgrounds, but
right.
Which one it was? I can't remember if it was allies, I think. So, I mean, he would be paying attention to, or trying to get an idea of happenings in the city, people that would be able to help him in order to make sure that, his clinic stays out of trouble. If there's anyone that would be amiable to his type of existence, to
Right.
make sure that he stays as under the radar as he can to people that would be opposed to what he's doing.
Okay. Well, it's not hard to find the downtrodden in Jerusalem. Down near the south, in the Zion Gate and the Dung Gate down there, down at the bottom of the map. The slums tend to congregate around those. They're slightly sprawling. So they lead out from the city for a decent walk, but all within easy distance. Would you be willing to make me a charisma etiquette roll as your introduction to the area and the people in it?
So an etiquette roll?
Yep. Difficulty will be 7.
Okay. Where's my etiquette on here? Need to add etiquette? No. So you said just straight etiquette, right?
Charisma etiquette.
So you're using both?
Yes,
skills?
sir.
So I have a 5 roll. Okay.
Yep. And difficulty 7. I know you guys got to manipulate that type of stuff on the sheet.
Yeah. Let's see. You said 7. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So bam.
2 successes.
Yep. Should be. You said a 7, right?
Yes, sir.
Oh, I got it. So actually, I only got 1 because there's a 1 in there. It's an 8, 7, 7, 2, and then a 1.
Got it. Well, No, you get the 2 because the 8 was a success.
Oh, okay.
So it took that off,
Okay.
or it took at least one of them.
All right.
It takes a little bit, a month or so of trying to establish yourself, but the people in that particular area come to know you and trust you enough to come to you with basic ills and necessary treatments, but nothing severe yet. They've not come with any big medical problem.
Okay.
Asmodeus, are you being exceptionally stealthy in your spycraft?
Yes.
Okay. Dex subterfuge, I believe that is the, or is it Ledger Mundane? Stealth. There it is. Dexterity stealth. The difficulty would be Dagomir's total perception and alertness. Do you tend to use your awakened sight abilities often, or do you just turn them on when you think they're necessary?
Well, I mean, I would probably use most of it when I'm either dealing or treating people, because he would have his eyes covered for the most part, just because they glow. So when he's interacting with people, his eyes would probably be covered. So he probably would use his senses at that point. Outside of that, I mean, he might use read the soul every now and then, just when he has people that he feels might be more conflicted. But other than that, only when it feels necessary.
All right. Then what is your perception alertness total?
6.
6? That's your difficulty. Two successes? Yep. 3 successes, because you had... God, I hate this.
Yeah, no.
It is 2 successes, because the 1 cancels out the 10. Okay, 2 successes. You've managed to observe him setting up a small apothecary of sorts, a medical establishment in the slums outside the gate. And you wanted to work on increasing your allies over the year, yes? Okay. So this is where we're going to be incorporating a rule that is normally used for 50-year jumps. But I want you guys to understand what goes into that. So we're going to do it for this little gap and then implement it in the future. So what we're doing is it's called Fortune's Path. And you pick a background that you have that you want to work on, with the exception of generation. That is 100% you need to work on it in game to lower it. And you roll the background you want to work on. Each one has a different spread of possibilities. 1s and 2s are always a disaster. Something bad will happen and you'll lose a dot, usually in the background. We won't do that this time, but anytime after this, it will happen. And if you get 6 or above, you gain a boon, which is usually gaining a bonus in your background, unless you roll a 10, which you get something better. Maybe it's 2 dots, or maybe it's a dot and something else. It all depends on what background you're attempting to increase. And so I need to know what you're trying to do to earn your next ally.
Okay, so like I said, when he would be in town, observing customs, observing the laws, trying to use his general approachability is probably more than likely where he might use something. I don't know if read the soul would necessarily be advantageous for that to determine, and like if he can find people who are not necessarily like intimidated or shocked by his appearance if he's walking around with like a blindfold on
Right.
during the day. Otherwise, I mean, he would, since he's, I mean, traveled through various cities before. I mean, I would assume he kind of understands where the more powerful people would potentially congregate.
Right.
He's not going to go there immediately, but maybe observe some of the more well-to-do markets, some of the either synagogues or mosques that would be in the area, just to find powerful people in there. Not necessarily go into them because that would be bad for him, but or looking for a religious person, but
Not
someone who has a little bit of influence.
well, not necessarily bad for you, unless you're facing someone of faith, or the spot you're trying to walk into is particularly strong. Now, I'll grant you, here in Jerusalem, that is a thing.
Yeah.
But elsewhere, it might not be. You might be able to stroll into a church and not have any issues normally. Nighttime markets tend to, in the evening, they tend to be dying down, but there's always your shopkeepers tidying up, closing up, getting ready to go. There are always some level of holy man walking the streets, helping out where they can, and or gouging where they can. So it's not difficult to find the type of people you're looking for. So roll allies for me.
Oh boy. A 9.
A 9. Well, you gain 1 ally.
All right.
Right.
That's
Let me get my notes. Bam. Come on, pencil. All right, your ally. Who is it? You don't need to name him. I just need a quick description of the person you think would have come to your side.
I would probably, given some of his past and what he's done, I would say he's looking for people that are not necessarily like underground-ish people, but sometimes people that just need either someone hidden away or kind of kited away from a dangerous situation. So you said someone who is like just like a description of what they look like, or just like what they do?
Just an idea. That's your. I think I got your idea.
Okay, so it's kind of like an in-between person who knows either people that need to be either kited away or hidden away, need a safe place to rest, in order to either escape someone else or leave the town or just lay low for a little while.
Coyote.
I guess that would...
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah. Yeah.
His name is Christoph. And he is like a hospitaler squire.
Okay.
He knows he's often helping in that manner. He tends to pay more attention to assisting people in their travels, like the Templar will eventually. He seems to be playing that type of role.
Okay.
So yeah, we have Kristoff. Asmodeus. Give me another role. Nice. Seven total successes. uh you spend a few more nights occasionally stalking him as he discovers the town and meets with other people, and he seems to have developed a decent friendship with some member of one of the knightly order. Is there anything else you'd like to try to accomplish during this year? Anything of significance, Dagomir?
I mean, he's looking to do more research on, vampirism in general. Attempting to understand the condition as far as, like, even from multiple different sides. So he's not necessarily always interested in, he would have probably had his own training or education from his sire and whatnot.
Right.
But he's interested in knowing other ideas and, what he can, if there's any, he's more concerned about trying to alleviate his basic need to constantly feed. Or if there's another way that he can try to sustain himself, to lessen some of the negatives of what he's going through right
now. So you're talking books, interviews, like word of mouth, any type of myth or theory or
any type of knowledge he can get his hand on.
Okay. We'll do a bit of a mixed roll then. Make a medicine. Or not medicine. Manipulation. Occult roll. No, investigation. That feels better to me.
Investigation.
Manipulation.
Manipulation. Okay. Both the same.
Difficulty will be 8.
Okay.
It's not an easy topic to broach.
Sure. So you said manipulation and investigation. Okay.
Yep.
Ooh, okay. There we go.
Oh.
Negative. All right.
The vampires in the area are fairly tight-lipped, as most are, usually. It's more about guarding clan secrets than it is secrets over vampirism, but since they're intertwined so much, it's hard to get information out of them. There's lots of contradictory and unhelpful rumors and tales found in both the more easily approachable kindred, and humanity has their own weird ideas on, like, vampirism. And the few libraries you're able to get access to, being most are in church or private collections at this time, aren't really providing anything beyond vampire bat.
Yeah, that's fine. So it's more just a kind of frustrating year for him trying to research anything and not really gaining anything new. All right.
Right. It can be difficult, especially in a new area.
Well,
All right.
he is patient. He has lots of time. So
Asmodeus, who's next on your list to spy upon?
The two, they kind of I think they were cousins.
Maybe.
Or maybe twins.
Also possible.
There was two of them, so that's kind of odd to see two that close running around.
I can see that.
So
Are you-
that would be the next
Yeah,
subject.
it's only odd if you don't have any friends.
Are you looking to find out anything in particular? Again,
Um,
or just observe?
it would be observing, but he's really interested on what the relationship is between the two also. So anything in particular he could learn about that, he would focus on with those.
Okay. What's your plan then to try to dig up that answer?
He will, of course, follow them.
Okay.
And maybe even try to when they go in for the morning, see how they sleep. If they sleep together or they sleep apart.
So you're going to,
This is weird now.
yeah. So you're going to try to resist falling asleep yourself, because it is a bit of a compulsion as the sun rises. It's possible. I'm not saying it's not, but that's your plan.
For a bit, at least, yes.
Okay. All right.
that could be a very awkward dusk the following day.
Yeah. All right.
I mean,
Okay.
if he's interested in her, you know, she's free.
Oliver. Tiffany. What are you guys doing this
Here's
this
the
year?
here's the thing about Asmodeus following them. They don't stick together a whole lot. Because she's off trying to learn things and I'm off trying to get better at things. Well, how much can I talk about the one thing?
Odd question. Message me the one thing.
Wait, but you should know.
You're speaking cryptically, and it's been like 6 months
Oh
since the
no,
last-
I talked to you a week ago about it.
You know, the guy with the one thing that did the
Yeah.
thing for the other people, you know.
That one would be kept secret
Okay,
as
so
much as possible.
yeah. So then I won't even talk about it, like, because you know, like I would probably be more helping with that than any of that than she did.
Okay.
I feel like for her, what she would be doing is trying to find groups or clans that we should definitely stay away from inside the city,
Okay.
or areas, I guess, that we should stay away from.
Right.
And then just anything she can do to like improve knowledge of the area, you know, just a knowledge of like the general area. So she'd be like libraries part of the time and things like that.
Okay. Then Asmodeus. Okay. their interactions tend to be brief. Without deep digging, it appears to be a very professional relationship over anything else. But who is your primary follow target of the two?
It would be most likely her.
Her? Okay. Let me just pull up the character that all the information got lost on.
I might have a sheet still.
She's got some stuff, but other things disappeared.
Oh.
All right.
Yeah, it tells me I can't look at it.
Oh. Let me make a couple rolls here. Okay. And are you being sneaky?
Yes.
Okay. Your Dex stealth roll. The difficulty's 4. One.
Oh wow.
2. No, 1 because you got 2 ones. All right. Yeah. She seems rather oblivious during most of her goings about. She spends a lot of time in up near the north, near the Shadas, Pool, St. Anne's, the Muslim Quarter. She occasionally works her way across the town to the Christian Quarter, but she's bouncing back and forth like all the time, and she spends a lot of time in private libraries, talking to people in bars, just seemingly doing nothing of like anything of real value beyond schmoozing and learning stuff.
After a bit of following her, he would get bored and start following him.
Okay. All right. Oliver. She's managed to find out that there is a small contingent representing the Tremere in town, or in Jerusalem. They are led by a woman named Mara, and they have a small unit of gargoyles at their beck and call as guards and hunters of sorts. In addition to that, the prince, as you would have met, but you've been fully informed that he's Ventrue, and they are working hand in hand with the Tremere in their smear campaign. Though there aren't a lot of actual Ventrues beyond him in Jerusalem. It may be currently a Crusader King's kingdom, but it's war-torn and backwater, so the Ventrue don't pay a whole lot of attention to it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
All right. So what is Oliver doing?
like mostly like free time that he had. Like, yeah, he would be like just training skills, like combat skills. He would probably also spend a lot of his time like in the poorer areas of the city.
Okay.
For one, because chances are he feels like the prince isn't going to show up down there.
Good call.
He would probably have made a visit or two towards a new upstarted health clinic in the area.
Okay. As well as working on the thing.
Yeah. Doing the thing and the stuffs.
I do have one question here for you there, storyteller.
Your storyteller has answers, maybe.
As far as like, I mean, when vampires get injured, do conventional treatments help them at all? As far as
It can help, but they also heal naturally.
does it, I mean, speed it up or anything like that?
Depending on the severity, yeah, it can speed it up because it could reduce the. Well, I don't want. I want to reduce the severity. Man, I need a larger vocabulary. I should get myself a thesaurus or something. Yeah, it can help.
Yeah, I feel
Okay.
like that's probably like reasons that I would have visited.
Well, and I would say just for that purpose too. I mean, the rest of the group would know that he has a clinic set up. So if they were ever in need of any kind of assistance, including Paul, your retainer, he would make it known because they're supposed to be working together, and he will extend his services to them as best he can. So, just made me think of that. He said,
Right. It's fair. So your trips into the poor areas of the city, are you looking for anything in particular or just trying to make yourself known or looking for assistance in your thing?
I would think like possibly assistance slash scouting. I don't know if there's like specific ways or not, but like maybe finding new paths.
Okay.
If that makes sense to.
Yeah. Give me a perception. What's a good one for reading the air? Let's go with Hearth's wisdom for getting to know the layout of the area to try to common sense your way through the town.
What is this? Perception what?
Hearth's wisdom. It's old wives' tale stuff usually, but it's also the common sense roll.
Perception. Earth wisdom.
Four.
I'm
Nice.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I see. I was like, I'm confused. It only says 2, but it's 2, and then the 2 underneath. Okay.
Hey, you managed to locate a few hidden routes through the slums areas. Buildings that have been left slightly derelict or through culverts that have been dug or washed out through weather. You've managed to find a few good paths. Are you going to be including any of your compatriots in your attempts? Like, would you consider Dagomir's clinic a stop
if it,
in
yeah,
your scoutings?
yeah, if it was like, if anything happened during, I think he would know about it. Like he would maybe know. I've probably mentioned what was going on. So it would probably be a stop if necessary, I guess. I don't like, maybe not always a stop, but
So you've informed him that occasionally you might come through with a vampire needing help.
right.
Okay. Uh, anything else that you wanted to do? Any particular people you wanted to contact to help you in your attempts?
I don't think so. I think that would be it.
Okay. Are you working on a particular background this year, attempting to make improve something?
Maybe allies?
Okay.
Like, just, or yeah, I guess allies, because that would be like some, possibly like gaining the favor or whatever of someone else within the whole thing, right?
Yeah, it's trying to get someone's.
Yeah, like, so the allies over contacts.
Okay. Before I make you have that, or before you make that roll, Asmodeus. I need you to make another stealth roll. Oliver,
Okay.
has a question for you.
Yeah.
I know that you have heightened senses.
Yes.
Do you use them often or only occasionally?
Probably often, to be honest.
Right. What is your perception, alertness, aspects rating then?
3.
3. Great. There you're doing.
Okay.
Nice.
I think he cheated.
8 S's. His behavior is odd, to say the least. He seems to be exploring areas that are usually inhabited by your people. The shadowy, easily hidden through disguised areas of the city. And he specifically retraces his steps to and from different spots in town to each of the gates, and heavy interest on different routes to get through the dung gate into the heavier slums. He stops along the way, talking to different people. He spends several visits to Dagomir's clinic. In his back and forth, never really seeming to do a lot. Sometimes just sitting and watching the clinic for a little bit before he moves on or decides to stop in and talk. All right, Oliver, what type of person are you looking for in assistance as an ally?
I would think maybe just like another person similar to himself. I don't know. Just someone that wants to help people.
Great. You find a gentleman named Joffrey.
Oh no, he doesn't like to help people. He wants to kill them all. What the heck? Oh,
He's not exactly altruistic, but he doesn't. He's known to be a bit of mercenary or thug for hire, but doesn't take the overly questionable murdery style jobs. But you've come to know him enough over the year that he'd be willing to help. I need you to make an allies roll.
yeah, allies. Oh,
When you got the cash, he'll do it.
yeah, I definitely have that.
Still, it's somebody. Anything else that he's doing?
Just like I said, just like training or honing like combat stuff.
Gotcha. Just for the hell of it, make a. Are you doing melee, ranged, or hand to hand?
Probably ranged.
All right.
I think he's...
Go
ahead.
Make a dex archery roll, and Asmodeus makes me the sneaks at 3. Nice. You keep getting like double 10s. It's kind of impressive.
I'm loving it.
7 successes.
Wait, did mine? There it is.
Okay. You feel yourself improving, getting a little better. So occasionally hit the wrong part of the target, but you're definitely still hitting the target, which is, helpful.
Yeah.
Right. As Maurice, he tends to, during the non-scouting portions of his nights, he spends a lot of time practicing combat, archery, swordcraft, hand-to-hand stuff. Just trying to seem to focus on the martial side of life. So does Oliver and Tiffany, do they spend the day in the same haven, or do they try to find one wherever they might be across town?
They probably stay in the same, I would imagine, because like it would be a good time for like her to relay anything or him to relay anything that they've learned to the other.
Okay. Do they have any morning rituals before they go into slumber?
No.
I just want. I mean,
I mean, other than getting watched apparently, which is weird.
Which, yeah, I'm not ignoring that one.
See nothing.
If he stands still enough, we can't see him.
Like Drax.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right, so what's your plan for gaining entrance into their haven while they're going to sleep?
You probably wouldn't go into the place. he's gonna look and see if he can find maybe depending on where the place is, like across the street or where he could be able to still observe but not be in the room itself, because that would be creepy.
Yes. Do the bakers have a particular type of place they like to claim as a haven, or an area of the city they prefer? Anything like that?
I mean, nothing like, not like a normal place, just whatever they could find, probably.
Okay.
It wouldn't have to be anything special necessarily.
There are a lot of empty buildings and houses you can find in the Jewish quarter, the Armenian quarter, sections of the Christian quarter in this back south corner, basically. A lot of good places to set up shop in there, if that's what you're looking for.
Yeah, that'll work.
Right.
And then once Asmodeus saw them go into the same place, he would actually also direct Paul, once daylight began, to go and check it out.
Oh, great.
Okay.
Now
See if
Paul's
they
watching
are
us sleep
together.
too.
Okay. Well, it's been long enough that I don't remember the exact roll, but give me let's say a road, a humanity roll. The self-control or instinct, whichever one of those two is your choice for your road, make that to see if you manage to stay up long enough to catch where they're going.
Okay, let me find this one.
Difficulty 7. I'll pull up Orphan as my reference.
So it is.
Maybe
One.
self-control.
Yeah, it's what self-control and instinct are the same one, but his
Okay,
road may
good.
be using a different.
Gotcha.
So it's under advantages. It's the second one down under, or how about the one just above courage? It said staff.
I guess I'm seeing that one. Oh, the self-control. How do I roll that? I don't know how to-
Under dice at the
Mhm.
back, at the top there'll be dice pools, willpower, temp, conscious, self-control, courage.
Oh, okay. All right, there it is. So self-control. Just roll the self-control, you said?
Difficulty is 7.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, so you got 4, 5, and a 1.
Yes.
Sleep takes you pretty heavy and find it difficult to keep up with them as the sun begins to rise. You get a general idea of where they might be, but not an exact location. It seems they like to play it fairly risky in trying to keep people from watching, even though they don't seem to actually pay too much attention when doing their shenanigans. But you have a general idea of where to send Paul to go looking. So who's next on your list? I realize that we're missing a person from the session zeros, but Orphan is still came to town with you.
I believe Casper would be next.
Casper? He's a friendly ghost.
He is quite pale
And large.
Yeah.
for the time period.
All right, Casper,
Yes.
what are you doing during this year?
After meeting with the sheriff and exchanging niceties and whatnot, he would be spending time getting to know the people he's working with, and then most of his time would be spent carousing at like taverns,
Okay.
drinking with the public, and then he would spend the rest of his time meeting like minor nobility in the area, trying to find anybody with books to let him read books, because that's what he do. And he would be working on his it's that button. Increasing the reputation of his alternate identity, which is of a minor noble from Norway.
Okay. Give me a charisma etiquette to do your introductions and carousings, your first impressions with people, as it were. Difficulty 7, since some of them would be a little more posh, hoity-toity compared to others.
All right. No, 3 successes.
Nice. Okay. Asmodeus, I'm going to need a stealth roll. What is Casper's perception and alertness, and does he have aspects?
It does not have aspects. Perception 4, alertness 1. So 5. Would his specialty of attentive add
Yes.
to that?
So it's difficulty 6. Just 110 this time.
Still quite good.
Very, very sticky, sir.
Casper seems to run in a lot of the same circles that Tiffany does. Hitting up libraries, carousing with the locals, but occasionally he seems to develop like a second personality of sorts. Or he at least claims to be someone else, and spends time with like the local shopkeepers, the clergy, some of the lesser knights in the area and getting in their good graces, as it were.
You would note with humans he goes by the name Magnus as his alternate identity.
Okay.
And you would probably also note, oddly, he does eat food and drink.
Is that just something that Asmodeus would know, or is that something that the rest of the group would know too? Is that alternate?
If you were around him, you would notice it. If like you would go to any place where he would do it, he does it to blend in.
Okay.
It should be known most vampires cannot. Putting something non-blood in your face kind of comes out right away, usually. He seems to be able to hold it down. All right, and you wanted to work on your alternate's reputation. Give me a roll, sir.
It's just roll, basically hit the button under backgrounds.
Yes, sir. One success. All right. So yeah, his reputation will go up. I'm assuming this is Magnus.
Yes.
If I were to close your sheet, would it close it on you? Because it's keep me from seeing other things at the moment.
Did it disappear?
It did not. Okay, so I won't mess up you if you do it too. Okay.
Nope.
Are you attempting anything else?
Other than learning as much as I can about the people I'm working with. At least basics, clan. Since I was out of the room when they were announced at the thing.
All right. So, what would they learn about you since you're going to be interacting with them, and what would he learn about you guys?
He's kind of an open book. He'd basically answer most questions that they would have. He's a gangrel. He's about 50. Yes, he always looked like this. Being an albino. Oh, and he is very religious.
Since you're being all followy, Asmodeus, what's he learn about you?
That I'm ugly.
That was learned day one.
Yeah, we're
And
talking
I'm
about the
most
character.
likely-
Oh,
No, then most likely Nosferatu. That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
You're
So
an
just
open
kind
book,
of
my
keeps to
friend.
himself.
All right. What does he learn about Dragomir?
Okay, so for Dragomir, during your guys' travels or when you're in the town, Dragomir will actually seek him out personally or individually to thank him for attempting to intervene when he lost control and apologize for putting him in that situation where he had to intervene. He will also share with Casper that it's something that part of his aspect is something that he dislikes, the feeding on the living. And it causes him well, I mean, he'll learn that he's a Malkavian, but that he generally if he loses control or hurts people, it tends to have repercussions for him. Doesn't really go into a whole lot of details, but it's something that he tries to avoid because he doesn't necessarily like the echoes of what's ever left over from it. So, but you will learn. He'll, I guess, again share that he has the medical clinic. That he's actually he hasn't practiced a lot, but should you ever need help with like your footwear, if your footwear starts to go bad, he does have some training in making shoes and repairing shoes, so he's capable of potentially helping out if you run into a tough spot. But yeah, he's Moldavian, almost 100 years old at this point, but yeah, that's mostly what you'll learn from him.
That reminds. Also, he would spend a little bit of time at your clinic,
Okay.
offering last rites if anybody's not feeling real good.
Okay.
He would also tell you that he is a scribe by profession, and I believe Dragomir speaks several languages.
He is a bit of a polyglot. Yeah.
Okay, that's probably something they would discuss because Casper is also very much a polyglot.
Okay, because I mean, if he knows, if he learns that he knows like the Nordic languages, something that Dragomir would probably be very interested in potentially gleaning or learning from him. He's always looking for options to expand his knowledge.
Yeah,
Right.
he's very open with knowledge like that. He'd be happy to teach you how to.
Yeah. The same will be returned from Dragomir too.
Yep.
He's happy to share what he knows, and if he can assist in any way, shape, or form, he's more than happy to.
All right. And what about? Sorry.
I was just gonna say, at any point would they? I'm assuming they would end up trying to have a language off to see who knows more languages. Be like,
He would ask how many he knows. You will learn that Dragomir's a fairly. He's confident in his abilities, but he's just very. He seems very much out of his. He feels like he's wearing someone else's skin, basically, is kind of his whole mantra, is that he's just not comfortable with who he is at this point. He's grateful for the extra time that he gets to learn, but this is very foreign, very alien to him.
Casper will tell you that he can speak, read, and write 18 languages.
Okay. So Dragomir has 6 that he has open to him. So
if there's anything rare that you speak, that'd be good to know. That way we can converse privately if need be.
well, he'll share he knows Arabic, Romanian, Hebrew, French. Oh, sorry, he knows 7. English, Russian, and Latin.
Old English or I'm
It
assuming.
would be Old English.
Okay. Okay. He would be able to speak to you in all those languages.
Okay.
I'm thinking Old English for this area might be the rarest. Maybe
Probably.
Romanian.
French would be your most common outside of Arabic and Hebrew.
Hmm.
All right. Considering how sneaky you are, you would also know that Asmodeus, since you're watching these people. What does Casper learn about Oliver and Tiffany during their interactions?
I would assume most of the information came from Tiffany. uh, she's the people person.
But we're not people.
She's the schmoozer. Is that better? Kind of work as a team. Like, she finds things out. I do things. I don't. I'm debating on clan. I mean, I guess if they learned what you were and felt safe, then you would probably find out that they're both salubri.
That would definitely be a shocker.
They used to be bakers. I mean, I still technically am in name, but and they were turned on a trip to help or to avenge my brother and her cousin. Because we're cousins. We don't sleep together. That's weird.
There you go, Asmodeus.
I underlined it.
So what clan do they tell people they are normally?
What
do they present as?
That is a great question.
In my notes, I have you having introduced yourself as Toreador.
Okay. I probably did say that. That's fine.
I did.
We just like the finer things in life.
When Casper's, actually, he would still follow everybody, but he would talk with everyone also during his
off creepy time.
Yeah, his off creepy time. And would basically, you'd notice that doesn't speak a lot. He's very matter of fact, to the point when he has to say something through Paul. And he would answer basic questions, not intrusive questions. Like he would note his throat, his scar on his throat, just so you would see that he can't speak. And then that's why Paul would explain how he was turned many years ago.
Does Paul not tell anything about himself?
Paul's just a commoner that came into service under Asmodeus. He's just nothing special about Paul.
He's a random guy.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Paul used to make leather. Stinks to high heaven because of it.
Well, that's the only thing about Paul.
Alrighty.
But it seems that he knows what Asmodeus is saying. Asmodeus can look at him, and Paul can tell you exactly what Asmodeus wanted to say.
So the year is now 1197. During this fairly run-of-the-mill nightfall, each of you awaken to your usual urges and cravings to feed that comes with being one of the kindred, having the beast within you. I need everyone to spend a blood point for waking up.
Okay, I was trying to figure out how to do it. I realized you just click 1 to the left and it'll take that X off.
I had the same problem. I undid all of mine and then just started over.
I was like, do I click that one? And it, nope. Oh, I just click 1 to the left.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I got it.
Did you at least remember where you were at? Like how much you had?
Oh, yeah, I knew where I was at.
I mean, I'm
Asmodeus did his.
I'm all the
normal
way full except for 1, right?
healing too.
I am.
Yeah, I wasn't going to make you guys re-roll since we did it literally like a session ago. All right. What is what is Asmodeus' plans for tonight?
So the year's over, correct?
Yes.
He will meet with the prince
All right.
to deliver. He'll have his report written on everything he's observed, and what he's seen around the town when he was observing. And
Why do I
He
feel
will
like
take
this
it to the
report's
prince.
only about the rest of us?
I don't know. It could feel that way, I suppose. All right. So you're going to the Prince of
I'll-
Jerusalem?
I will actually. He will actually try to meet up with the others first, so we can all go together and deliver our reports we're supposed to have. Since he knows where
Okay.
everybody stays.
Right. So are you going to anyone first?
He'll go to let's see. He'll go to Dragomir first.
Dragomir?
Yeah.
Now, help remind me here. Early riser just means that I get up earlier than everybody, right?
Yep.
I know it's a physical merit. I just cannot.
Right. It is not Facebook.
Oh, okay.
That's fine.
Maybe I redid it from somewhere else.
Or it might be in your PDF because it is slightly different than mine.
Yeah.
The merits start on page 420.
Yep. I see that there. I just didn't. Thought I'd picked like friendly face and early riser. Um, Okay, well that's fine. I was just trying to figure out if that. I know it said that. I think I was like first to rise and last to go to sleep or something like that. But,
We can find out later.
yeah. Okay, so
All right. Well, then, what's your plans for the day before they're interrupted by dark and spooky?
right. So I mean, if he can, if he needs to, since he's awoken and feels that need to feed, I mean, I guess he would look for any kind of woodland creature that he would know would probably satisfy his hunger better than others. Even
Okay.
if it's not the most tasty.
Right. Let me. There's actually a specific role for you for that. Let me just find it. There it is.
Is that animal kin?
It is wits, and I will make you animal kin. Yeah, since you're specifically looking for animals. Your difficulty is 4.
Okay.
Because you'll be able to find cats, dogs, rats, birds easier in the area around your clinic than you would anywhere else.
Okay. So you said difficulty 4?
Yep.
Okay. Wits. And
Wits, animal kin.
Okay. Nice. I had a success and it got canceled. Apparently, I'm not as good as Modius.
At least at the start of this morning, it's not easy to
Okay.
get a hold of a meal.
All right. Well, if he can't find something relatively quickly, he will just abandon and go to his clinic and basically start getting set up for the evening, seeing if anybody is waiting for him or there's anyone that he needs to take care of, either that's seeking some kind of care or just seeking other assistance. So
there is one visitor to your clinic. You actually know him quite well. He works for another Malkavian, a man by the name of Brother Bernardus.
okay.
And this gentleman goes by Thomas.
Okay.
And he's complaining of my basic aches and pains, like with no real focus on, oh, my stomach hurts or it's my back. It's just he always seems to hurt all over, but doesn't really suggest that they're debilitating. If that makes sense.
Yeah. So does it feel like he's more putting on a show at this point? Like he's trying to make things seem worse than that they are to
Give me a wits empathy.
Okay. Can I use my heightened senses in this case since he's kind of suspicious of this?
You
Or
can
is it
use your soul sight ability to try to get a read on him that way.
okay? Does that take a blood point?
I don't think so,
I didn't think that one did, but
because I know the first level of Auspex does not.
okay.
Oh, past it. Let's read soul. No, does not take a blood point.
Okay. All right, so I can use the soul sight, you said?
Yes.
Okay. So read the soul. So I'm going for here.
Yeah, it's perception, empathy, difficulty 8.
Okay. Okay.
Nice. So 6 successes total. No, wait.
I
1, 2,
think
3,
the 10
4,
and the 10
5.
gets canceled by the 1, right?
Yeah, 4. Sorry.
4. Okay.
Without going into the colors, he's definitely lying and has another agenda that's brought him there that he seems to be trying to conceal, that you can tell by the fluctuations in his aura.
Okay. To start with, I'm not going to call him out on it right away. I'll invite him in and conduct an examination to start with. But I'm keeping an eye on him at this point. Like, I'm just not suspicious of his behaviors.
He doesn't fight any of your pokings and proddings and your examination. Could you give me a intelligence medicine roll?
Oh, okay. See.
Difficulties base 6. Sure. Even though he's a ghoul, and it becomes more obvious as you examine him that he's Bernardus's retainer, he does seem to show some signs of basic arthritis, probably something he had when he became a ghoul, that it's the blood gift is kind of keeping it mostly at bay. Other than that, he doesn't have any real medical issues going on.
Okay. So after I finish, I will. I mean, it seems you have just some basic arthritis that might be causing you a little bit of discomfort as you move around. I'd attempt to just keep things stretched out as well as possible. Maybe get a little bit more exercise into the day, keep the joints loose. But why are you really here?
Stretches? I should stretch more.
Yeah, I would do some additional stretches to kind of, again, keep things loose. But hardly anything. Your condition hardly seems to merit the reactions you're giving. So why are you really here, Thomas?
I hurt really bad, and Brother Bernardus told me to come here, so I came here.
Oh, and I'm assuming Brother Bernardus wanted something himself? You're
Yeah.
lying to me, Thomas. I know you're lying to me.
I heard it's not a lie.
Not that much, you don't.
He requests your presence at his abode.
All right. Could tell him to expect me later tonight.
He's
Did he have a time frame in mind, or was it just whenever I feel like stopping by?
as soon as you can, bring cheese.
Okay. Bring cheese. Understood.
Have
Anything else?
do you happen to know where uh Brother Casper is currently?
I would assume he's probably getting up. Do you need him as well?
Yes, I am to go see him. Brother Timothy is seeking out Oliver and Tiffany and the devil himself.
Asmodeus, yes. Okay. Well, I can tell you where Casper is. I'm not sure if he'll be as pleased by your interrupting his morning or the start of his day as lenient as I would be.
Okay.
So you can go see him if you'd like, but it'd be
Yes.
at your own peril.
He and I are men of God. He won't hurt me.
Very well. Well, do we know? I mean, do our people know where each other sleeps or takes rest?
Good
I don't
question.
know if Casper would share. If Casper would have shared where he makes his refuge.
To be honest, Casper just earth melds wherever he's at. He just finds
So-
a spot out of the way and just plops right in.
Well, does he have taverns that he frequents more frequent? Like that would be more frequent places for him to be, or is he's
No.
just more of a noble area, right?
Yeah, a little bit.
Uh,
But he wanders pretty much everywhere.
Okay. So, Dragomir will share with Thomas a few of the taverns where he's seen Casper before. So he is more of a nomad, so I can't tell you precisely where he's at.
If I can't find him, Brother Bernardo should be able to contact him.
Indeed, I'm sure he has his own
Some-
methods.
Very well. Stretches.
Stretches.
So much better. And he just kind of only turns to leave.
Watches him just go with a annoyed puff of breath. And we'll just either indicate that his clinic is going to be closed for the day if he has any kind of signage outside, just kind of indicate out, and extinguish any lights and go in search of cheese.
Okay.
He'll grab a couple varieties because he knows that, no matter what he brings, it might not be correct anyhow, given his kind's disposition. So,
Asmodeus, I assume you're trying to keep out of the humans' eye lines, not be seen by anybody.
Yes.
All right. Make me the go-to stealth check, please. Your difficulty is 3.
Hey.
Nice. Hey, those 2 10s again. Well, on 10.
So 6 successes.
I think his dice are loaded. We need to check them.
Technically, that's 4 because you also rolled a 1.
Yeah.
Still, 4 successes is good. All right. You managed to stay out of everyone's sight. You do notice Thomas, one of Brother Bernardus's retainers, dressed in his usual mock monk robes, heading out of Dragomir's clinic, occasionally stops and stretches, and then continues on.
Odd, but okay. I'll continue to Dragomir while kind of just watching for a minute.
He seems to be closing up shop.
Dragomir.
Evening. Apparently, we've been summoned.
We have.
Yeah, I just had Thomas come in. Trying to be, I don't know what, subtle, manipulative, deceptive, you name it. But yeah, Brother Bernardus wishes to see our Audrey, and supposed to bring cheese.
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 You see a very confused look on Asmodeus's face right now. And it looks really bad.
That is about the same. Well, about the same expression that I had. But apparently he's looking for Casper now. Thomas is. And another one of his retainers is going to find Tiffany and Oliver.
Do you have your report done?
Yes. I'm not going to give it to Brother Barbas.
No.
But,
No.
although, I mean, no. But yes, I've just closing up here to get ready to go. Did you need something, or are you just stopping by, or?
I figured we'd probably need to go together. All of us.
To the princes?
Yes, to deliver our reports.
Yeah. I mean, who knows if I guess Storytell, was this the prince that we're going to go see? Was it Jerusalem, or the one that what sent us here? I can't remember.
The one that sent you here requested
The eccentric one.
Right.
Yeah. So.
I'll-
Yeah. I'm not sure if he'll want to see us all at the same time, or in various groups, or different days. He seemed a little bit on the eccentric side.
He did say his seneschal will retrieve them. Just
Okay.
didn't say when.
Hmm. Well, I guess it's a good reason for me to come to you. Since
Yeah, who
we are
knows?
being summoned.
Right? Who knows?
Should we... I guess we could attempt to find the others also?
Yeah, I'm not sure where Casper is. I know he's a bit more nomadic.
He tends to sleep where he lies.
Right, yeah, it's a bit nomadic.
The other two shouldn't be far.
Yeah, we can go find Tiffany and Oliver to start with, and we'll see if we can find Casper along the way.
That sounds like a good, solid plan.
Casper,
Indeed.
what are your plans for today?
I believe he would today. Casper is looking to top off with some food and try to find some nobles to talk to and see if they have any books. Any good book. Reading any good books lately.
Okay. Where do you plan on hunting?
Um,
Or are you talking about food?
no, hunting. Probably on the poor side outskirts. Somebody's already drunk at this point, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's probably a good call. All right. Since you are hunting down a person, we're going to need to make a few rolls. Could you give me a appearance subterfuge, please? Difficulty 5.
I would like to re-roll that. It's a lot better. 3 successes.
Yeah, I usually do the rerolls at home, so I'll allow a reroll here.
No, I have lucky.
Oh, you have lucky?
Yes.
Never mind then. I much prefer that.
Yeah,
All
sorry,
right.
I forgot to remind you.
My notifications are keeping me from seeing what your exact successes are. There we go. 2, 3. Nice. 3. All right. You managed to find the person you're a person that you're looking for. What is your current blood points at?
8.
8. What's your road, your path level currently?
7.
7? Okay. Then I need you to make a self-control roll, but the difficulty is 5.
Two successes.
Nice. All right. It's not hard to get a hold of the person, like to actually catch the person you're trying to feed upon, to trick them into trusting you long enough to let you get a feed on them. Are you going to do anything to try to alleviate the memory of the encounter,
Sure.
or count upon their inebriation to help hide the fact that they were fed upon. That it's
Well, I
a
don't think.
drunkard store.
Yeah, don't believe I have anything that would help with that. So I'm just gonna go with, man, that guy was really drunk.
Okay. Uh,
Or maybe I can try to talk him into thinking he was real drunk.
sure. You can attempt that. Give me a manipulation subterfuge.
There you are.
Unless you're trying to scare them.
Nope.
2
Two
successes.
successes on my one die.
Nice. Yeah, he kind of gives you a weird look, like, wasn't that you that just attacked me? But after a few moments, it's like, oh no, you're right. It was a ghost. Ghost did it.
It was like a rat. You tripped and a rat bit you. It was the craziest thing.
Oh, shit. Oh, you be careful of them.
Big rats in
Rats.
Jerusalem these years.
Well, take care. Watch for rats, and he'll watch like the road super close as he tries to stumble down away from you.
How many blood points should I add?
The average feed, if you're not trying to kill, is 3.
Alright.
Or if you're not trying to drain them, almost dry. It's 3.
So I'll take the 3. Go to a leave and
All right. Well, you've gotten yourself a slightly inebriated meal. There's a bit of a buzz thanks to the blood.
in that case, I'm just gonna go regular carousing. I'm feeling pretty good. Tavern time.
Tavern time. Right. There's a fairly well-to-do establishment known as the where is it? Dancing Lion. It's in Tavern Combo. It's frequented quite often by all walks of life, including as well as vampires. You often see others, other kindred in there occasionally. Tonight's fairly busy. The crowd is spilled out into the streets a bit. Looks like they're having a good time on the inside.
I'm gonna join them and have a good time.
Right. Give me a charisma empathy roll. Difficulty 6. But make it 7, since it's
Ooh.
so crowded.
That would be 4 successes.
Nice. Oh yeah, you're taken in right away. They move you through the crowd easily. A lot of you said Marcus is your
Magnus.
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 A lot of Magnus, very cheers, everybody knows your name vibe going on as you enter in.
I'm Norman this.
Take my notes. I lost my notes. Right in front of me. Like magic. Awesome. I don't want to clicky clack. I have to stretch. I'll write it down in the book. All right. You see a couple vampires that you recognize in there. There's a Nosferatu. He's not as bad as most of his kind, but his hair's usually thinning, very wispy in spots. He's a little hunched, maybe one arm slightly longer than the other, but he doesn't stand out beyond like the last commoner who got kicked in the face by a horse. But no one else seems to be familiar. He tends to be standoffish, like most of his clan.
If he wants to stand in the corner, I'll let him kind of be over there by himself. The fun life isn't the everybody life.
Right. Anything else while you're partying it out?
Nope.
Really? Timothy. Or no, Tiffany. Oliver.
Timmy! Oh, wait, sorry.
How was your morning going for you? Any plans for the day?
It depends. Did
What
we
do you
wake up
do?
with like Paul standing over us or anything? Or
No.
oh, okay. I mean, I don't think we would do anything out of the ordinary. Probably just kind of go off on our own little things that we do most of the time. She's researching, and I'm strolling the slums.
Okay. Any particular bit of information she's going to be looking for tonight? And are you looking for something or just strolling?
Just strolling.
Just strolling?
Yeah, and she would probably be maybe trying to learn a little more about Mara and her group, the Tremere group.
Okay.
Anything like that that we wouldn't know, maybe just try to get a little background or something if possible.
Okie dokie. Yes. All right. We'll do a quick investigation for her. No successes. Tonight's endeavors, at least starting out, it's not looking too good for her. As for you, as you're entering into the
I think that should be one success. There's a 10 in there.
right, there's also a 1.
If the 10's worth 2, the 1 takes away 1. Should be
But
1
the
left.
1 cancels out 10s
Oh,
entirely.
I gotcha.
So there are no successes. As you're entering into the slums outside the gate, you see Thomas, one of Brother Bernardus's flunkies. Seems to be strolling. Every once in a while he stops and stretches a little bit, touches his toes, keeps along the way.
I look at him oddly. Try and avoid him.
But you're going to try to avoid him?
Yes.
Alrighty. Give me a wits stealth. Yeah, it's stealth. See if I can find him.
6, technically. If it's a 6.
Technically. See what we got here. Not set up. Awesome. Three. Yep, he's not going to see you, but I'm going to roll you anyways. Never mind. My dice are apparently loaded as well. I have 6. So he sees you. Oh, there! Trots up. Has Timothy found you yet? Stretches a little bit. He's
What?
been sent to look for you by the brother.
What are you doing?
I was told to stretch to help my terrible pain.
You're a weird man.
I hurt.
I don't think stretches are like you do it every 5 seconds thing.
But it helps. Then he does another stretch.
If it's helping, you shouldn't have to stretch so much. You know, you should be like stretch and you should be good for longer than 4 seconds.
But Gilgamesh said it would help my pain.
What pain?
My terrible, terrible joint pains. Oh, my knees, my wrists. Oh, and he starts to act like he's falling up and he stretches. It's fine.
Okay.
It helps.
I'm going to take your word for it.
Right. Well, since I have found you, before Brother Timothy has, yours and your cousin's presence is requested at Brother Bernardus's abode.
Okay.
Bring fruit.
Fruit?
Yes. Or meats. Since you questioned the fruit.
Meat?
Yes.
I just
Okay.
thought maybe if I questioned it, you might come up with something else.
Sweets.
I'll bring something.
Yes. Something is good. You will be pleased. Well, I am off to find yep. Yeah. Be well. He trots off. Makes about 30 feet. Stretches. Keeps going.
I'm just going to walk the other way.
It's
Dragon
not
Bridge never
even-
had such a responsive patient.
Since you've been informed of a summons, do you continue along your track or do you turn around?
I guess I'll turn around and try to figure out where she's at.
Dragomir Asmodeus. Could you give me a perception alertness, please?
Since I know I'm looking for people, I will be using my heightened senses at this point too.
Okay.
So
Then that should be added into your roll.
the aspects.
Your full rating. Each dot is an additional.
And you said it's perception, awareness,
Alertness.
alertness.
Yeah, awareness is for detecting the supernatural.
Got it. Okay. The
4 successes.
alertness side. Perception, alertness, and then my aspects. Okay. 6, right? Or what's the
Yes.
difficulty?
6. If I don't claim a difficulty, it's definitely 6.
Okay. So I got 4. That doesn't seem right, but okay.
Yeah.
Like-
6. Wait, what?
Nice. I should have way more than that, but okay.
Yeah, you should have a couple other
Yeah.
dice in there.
Yeah, I should
Did
have been rolling at
you
least
put
9. So I told it discipline 4.
Right.
Is that, and then I have perception, alertness, and then no wound penalties. That's weird.
It is no longer allowing me to hover to see what your guys' actual rolls are.
Yeah, because I had a 9, 8, 6, 6, 5, 3. So I should have had 3 more dice in there at least. Do you want me just to roll 3d10 and?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, okay. So there's another 6, 10, and 8. So there's another 4 more successes, so 8 in total.
Okay. And how many do you have total, Asmodeus? I can't
4.
cover any. 4.
Yeah.
All right. As you guys are making pace, heading to get cheese, you see the brief, awkward interaction between Thomas and Oliver as he's just kind of strolling in your towards your general direction before he stopped.
I did not tell him to stretch that often.
It's still entertaining.
No, I'm not going to disagree that. Maybe we should go save Oliver.
Oh, let's wait.
It's brief. You can hear the entirety of the conversation with your heightened senses going.
Yeah.
He's been requested to bring fruit, meat, sweets, something.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Just
it
goes
ends.
off.
You can continue to see Thomas stop every so
Stretching.
often, stretch, keep going.
All right.
Okay,
And
now
we'll
we can
just-
go.
Keep moving on. Oliver.
Oh, yeah.
I assume you got the same message. Fruits, meat, sweets, something like that.
Yeah, I'm gonna just let Tiffany handle that. I'm sure she'll
supposed to
pick
bring
out something
cheese.
good. Oh. Huh. I always thought wine and cheese went together real well, but I'll bring.
That could be sweet, right? Wine, sweet, I think.
It's true.
I don't know. It's been a long time.
Maybe.
Um, are you ready to go or good to go?
I gotta go find her.
All right. Well, we can help, right?
Yes.
I'm assuming we keep talking with Paul, right?
Yes. Yeah. I figured just to just to make it easier, just
Yep.
talking as
Yeah.
Paul.
Yep.
Casper, as you're having fun, chatting it up, occasionally taking a swig to keep up appearances, you hear a voice in your head. Brother Casper, my my friend Thomas seems to have given up his search for you. I was wondering if you'd be willing to join me at my house this evening.
Do I know who this is?
It sounds like Brother Bernardus. He's really well known, helpful but incompetent type of Malkavian. It
Sure.
is it is dire.
Well, shall leave at once. Although I find it odd, I'm out in the open. I don't know why he wouldn't be able to find me.
He's distracted. When he returned, he continued to stretch. Would not explain why.
What was he stretching?
His pain's away. He hurts badly.
Oh, his body. He was stretching his body. I see. Well,
This
I'll
was
leave
a-
at once. I'm
Not
on my
here.
way.
Of course. I've requested that the others bring some sort of food item to help keep up appearances, why we would be gathering as such.
Mm. I will do so as well then.
Appreciated.
I'm gonna retrieve like a clay flagon of alcohol.
Okay. For simplicity's sake and lack of converting and whatnot,
Mhm.
we'll say it's a couple bucks.
Yeah, I have resources one. I should be able to just
Yeah, we can cover it.
just grab something cheap.
Right. The three of you are trying to search out Tiffany.
Yeah.
Who's taking the lead?
Yeah.
I can if you'd like.
I mean, I probably have a general idea of where she might be.
I
You would.
also
There's a lot of
We're all leading.
crisscross between a few of yours usual roundabout and there's stalking to help find out.
We're all
Say,
leading.
Would I
We're,
ran across her during my my studies as well?
Yeah, you would have
we're
run
trying
into
to
her a few times.
we're trying to dance and we're stepping on each other's feet because we're all trying to lead. We're not getting a perfect 10 on this tango.
All right, well, one of you needs to make a wits investigation roll.
Just anyone?
I can do
Yeah.
it.
Okay.
That's who's in charge.
I'm in charge.
All right. He's looking for his cousin, so I will defer.
I guess it'd be different then. Like with the census thing. Would not help any on this, or
Uh, yeah, you can add it in. Add one in.
what about, which I didn't realize last time, but I also have acute cinches, which tells me that the difficulty goes down.
Then it would be a 5.
Okay,
Because I didn't state one.
gotcha. Well, I meant last time, like whenever I was looking for Asmodeus, I didn't realize I had that.
Oh.
But that would be here as well.
Yes.
Okay.
But I can see it being used here as well.
So we roll. Maybe. Maybe.
You're not letting you roll?
Well, it did the thing. Oh, there it is. 6 successes.
You have no problem locating one of her favored places. There's a man that has a fairly decent library by the name of his name's Hamil ibn Fayudin. He's a merchant that she's managed to convince to let her use his library. He has a guard, usually standing outside since it's his private residence. Very large, muscular man in some basic blue tunic, pants with a sword strapped to his side. No particular armor.
Excuse me.
Good evening,
You
sir.
want something?
Yeah.
Drag him in. You've
Oh.
come
Go
by
ahead.
occasionally.
Yes,
You wish
we
to
were
see
just
the master.
well, I was more curious as if you've seen Tiffany tonight. Has she stopped by to see the master?
Madam Baxter is currently inside.
Excellent. Well, could though this is her cousin, would you allow him to go? We just need to speak with her briefly. If you wish to retrieve her or pass a message to her, we'd be more than happy to wait here. Or if you would permit us entry, we can speak with her.
You may enter. They must stay.
Most acceptable, I believe. Yes? He'll kind of look back towards the other 3 members.
Sure.
Very well. I will be quick. Thank you once again.
Of course. He leans over, opens the door for you.
All right.
It's a basic, small dining hall of sorts with a few bookcases, not a whole lot else. There's a set of stairs that go upward, but even for a merchant, this is simple, and all his money has definitely gone towards these books. And Tiffany is sitting at his table. A few books are open with the singular peach of parchment and ink and quill.
He will. Tiffany, Oliver and Asmodeus and his retainer Paul are outside. Brother Barnabas has summoned us.
He's the odd one. Yes?
That's putting it kindly. Yes. Yes.
Oh. He's proven useful in the past. I don't see why I can't stop and come along. Could you just give me a brief moment?
Yeah, no, fine. Do what you need to wrap up. That's fine. We'll wait outside. We were asked to bring stuff. I'm supposed to bring cheese, and I think Oliver's supposed to bring sweets. I
Why?
think he was gonna rely. I had to speak with Thomas to get information from him. He's less helpful than the brother can be at points.
I see. Okay. Yes. I'll be out quickly.
Excellent. We'll wait outside for you. Give the master my greetings if you see him. Wish him well.
I believe he's out for the evening.
Well, okay.
But if this goes quickly, I'll return and I'll tell him.
Excellent. He will step outside. She's coming. She has to wrap up a few things. I'm guessing to probably mark where she's at. Take some quick notes.
A good 10 minutes pass. He hasn't stepped out yet.
Yeah, and I just told him to stretch just to get rid of the pains every now and then, because sometimes that kind of helps arthritic stuff. But it's been a while.
Yeah.
Kind of looks back towards the door.
Or, you know, she can be easily distracted when she's investigating things of interest.
Try again.
Might have to close the book
Okay.
for her.
All right, I'll be a little bit more forceful this time. Our companion's taking a bit of time. Do you mind if I go back in and just see if she's been distracted again?
Yeah, of course. Let me get the door for
Oh,
you.
thank you.
Leans over,
And takes-
opens the door. Yep, she's in the same mode she was in when you went in initially.
Tiffany?
Yes? Oh, hello.
You said you were going
Oh.
to be out.
Sorry. It's
No, I
it's
get it.
interesting.
I, believe me, I understand.
Right. Yep, I'll just finish up my notes and I'll be on out.
Stands there and just watches her.
We're used to it by now, I'm sure.
A good 2 minutes passes and she looks up and just blushes a little. An obvious effort since you
Yep.
must spend blood to do so.
Yep.
Smiles. Sheepishly closes the book. Scribbles down something quickly.
She'll still be here.
Yep. Sorry.
Come on.
Sorry.
Come on. It's just the sooner we get this over with, the sooner you can come back. You know, I mean,
Yes.
it's just
Stands up, adjusts her clothes a little bit. Let's be off.
yes, excellent. Comes back out. Okay.
Followed by Tiffany, cousin.
Hey, we gotta get some fruits or sweets or meats or I don't know, something.
Well, I know a few good shops. There should be one we can hit before they're completely closed.
Yeah, let's do that.
Asmodeus. She scoops his real close to Oliver.
Well, let's be off then, and we can take care of this bit of business, and I'll get back to our evenings.
Yes.
Yeah, I was very busy.
You always are.
Yeah,
Busy man.
absolutely.
Yes.
Lead you to this merchant. It's an older woman who usually has a small selection of things that are nearing expiration, but she's still there. Tiffany turns and says she's very reliable. People hardly notice her. They rarely pick up any of her wares, and she's always here late.
Perfect.
Does she have cheeses there? May I take a look?
He
at
has
her?
a few questionable wedges of cheese.
Fantastic. Fine. He'll find some that look like they have like, I'm sure they have like mold and stuff on it. He's like, well,
Yeah.
I think those ones will do good. I mean, we can probably cut that away, right?
Well, of course.
Yeah.
It's cheese.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the point
It's
of
cheese.
it, right? Yes. Looks fantastic to me.
Thank you.
Asmodeus, you think good?
What fruits do people probably buy the most here?
From me,
Yeah. What's your most popular
Melons.
fruit?
it's hard to get more exotic, but there's always melons and dates.
Do you have any figs?
No figs.
Oh,
They're pricey.
it's understandable.
My
I
cat's
think the
licking the
dates would go
bookcase.
pretty well. I think the dates would be pretty good.
I'll take both.
What's your resource level?
Mine?
Yep.
2, I think.
Oh yeah, you can afford it. It's not. It's not a problem.
Yeah, 2.
Where's our resource level? I can't remember it now.
It'll be in your backgrounds.
I don't have a resource level.
You're very poor.
Would I be able to afford the cheese for him?
I Asmodeus would pay for the cheese.
You could always attempt a manipulation commerce to pick them up.
Not me.
Asmodeus has a resource of 1, so he'll pay for the cheese. And then like take the cheese like wedge in half and like break it in half and give half to yeah.
You both have a very tiny chunk of overly moldy cheese.
Perfect.
The lady doesn't seem off put by you, Asmodeus. She smiles, nods a little bit, and gives you like a bit of a weird glance, like look-see, like all over. That's about it.
Read the soul still up, or do I just have to engage it at any point?
You have to turn it on.
Okay. Can I
Out of
get a quick
respect,
read of
he
her?
won't smile back.
You're reading for her?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, she's mortal. Her
Okay.
aura definitely reads as mortal. Uh,
There are no successes on there, so that's all I see. Cool. That's a lot of middle of the road, is what that one is. Okay.
yeah.
Somebody's dice aren't loaded.
No. Asmodeus has taken all of mine.
We've traded position.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah,
player,
that's true.
I'm DM.
That's right.
So you must suffer curse shitty rolls.
What do you mean? He doesn't always have good rolls. Just think about when he tries to hit me.
Only when he tries to do stuff that he's good at, which plays perfectly into Dragomir here. Is that, trying to do something I'm good at. Roll crappy. Okay, so she's mortal. I was just kind of curious because, she's seems less than disturbed by us, but
You can give me a wits. Was it insight? Empathy. What's empathy?
oh, okay.
To give a less supernatural feel of her
Okay.
characterization.
Oh boy. Difficulty is 6. That's
Yep.
4 successes.
You get the impression that she probably deals, or at least knows of, your kind more than a normal person might.
Okay.
But also considering what she runs, she probably deals with the lower rungs of society more than anybody else. Which, I mean, she kind of sees some shit like all the time.
Yeah, she's not going to turn away business for any purpose and kind of used to the shady side of things. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
Since you have the same role as Modius,
I actually had 5 successes.
okay. Based off your interaction, you get a good feel that she probably deals with a lot of Nosferatu.
He will slip an extra coin in there if he's got it after the buying the cheese also.
He thanks you.
Sure.
Thank you. Thank you. Very much appreciated. Enjoy your cheese and melons. And fig. Fruit.
I'm sure we will.
We will. They look the everything looks great. Appreciate it.
From there, it doesn't take you long to get to what you know to be Brother Bernardus. It's not exactly where he lives, but it's definitely where he likes to act out of. It's a small, hidden away, partially burnt down former stable of sorts, with a bit of a building still attached to it. And standing outside is Thomas. As you approach, he stretches. Hello.
Helping Thomas.
Very much so. I no longer have so much horrible pain.
Well, I'm glad that my that it was able to help you. You looked in terrible shape when you came in.
It was awful. felt as if I might die.
Luckily, you have God's grace to guide you.
You know,
Exactly.
I'm not a doctor, but I have heard that it's actually helpful if you have someone help you stretch.
Timothy might be able to help you out. Yeah, get some of those, get some more range of movement.
I will ask him. We are currently waiting for Casper, but Brother Bernardus says he's on his way. So please enter.
Oh, well, we
I will.
brought food as requested.
Excellent. Most excellent. He will be very pleased. Please. I will let you know when Brother Casper has arrived.
Thank you, Thomas. Yep, make sure. Yeah, you get the. Yep, there you go.
Yes. Casper, as he's closing the door, turned away, you can see the last of them enter as you're approaching from the south to the humble, dilapidated abode of Brother Bernardus.
So just like quicken my step just a little bit. Try and get there like as quick as possible.
Right. It's not hard for you to do it. You get there just as he clicks the door, he turns, starts a little bit. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, much better. Oh. Gave me a fright. Luckily, I stretched it away.
Yeah, good thing.
It's good to see you, Brother Casper.
Yep. I'm gonna go in now.
Oh, yes, the others are in.
Bye now.
Yes.
It's gonna just like just walk right past him.
Kind of watches.
I'm gonna stretch as I go in the door.
Yes. Sir Oliver said others helping is good. Perhaps we can help each other stretch.
Maybe some other time.
Very well.
Quite busy. I was like talking as I'm getting like through the door and shutting it. Just shutting it. We're like, yep, bye, see ya, bye.
Right. Well, as you fully enter after having closed the door, you see the others. You see Timothy in the back holding a tray with a singular cup on it. Brother Bernardus seems to be off in a corner adjusting his robes, and there is a singular chair in the center of this stable. What should be multiple corrals has become one with the remnants of a building attached to it and its wall broken down. And the only thing other inside there is a hatch. All the rubble has been cleared away from this singular spot in the floor.
I looked to see if everybody else brought like refreshments.
There is cheese and fruit.
It's all like just sitting there.
Each have it.
Oh, okay. feast.
That's
Yes. I shall come and get it. Brother Timmy says. He hurries over and he holds out the tray. Please, allow me. Takes
Set it down.
cheese. Takes a bite out of the cheese. Takes another cheese. Takes a bite out of that chunk of cheese.
Put the melons and dates down.
To it. Pops one of the dates in his mouth. Thank you. Takes your cheap beer, pours it in the cup, swigs it, walks away. Brother Bernardus quits fussing with himself and he turns around and does one more Picard maneuver and fixes the front of his robes and says, It's so good that you came. And I'm very sorry about this subterfuge, but I figured if we gathered enough in number, it would be suspicious. So refreshments were requested.
very wise. Very wise of you. Yes.
Please have a seat. And he motions towards the singular chair.
I'll sit
Ladies
down.
first. Okay.
Well, I've asked you here to request your aid. I've come across something distressing, most dire, and I didn't know who to go to deal with it. The prince and his court tend not to believe me when I come to them with my concerns. But you have all been tolerant, at least. So I've come to you for assistance. And I will pay you in any way I can. Do you need money? I have money. Do you need property? I have other places than this. I can give you property. If you wish to break the darkest of taboos, you can feed upon me to lower your generation. But this must be dealt with.
What exactly
Well,
needs
yeah.
dealt with?
Yeah, I think knowing what needs to be dealt with would kind of determine what our reward should be, I guess.
There are infernalists in the city. They are seeking our destruction. I fear with the year, they will have a great deal of impact. It is the 100th anniversary of the Roads of Blood, after all. If anyone would like to make a knowledge academics or occult difficulty,
Intelligence?
yes, intelligence academic or occult. Difficulty 6 if you're going with academics, and difficulty 7 if you're going with occult.
No, I have analytical as like part of my mental for the intelligence. Can't remember what.
That you could add a modifier of 1 to your
okay.
roll.
So I don't roll an extra dice, just every
That'll provide
result
the
of
extra.
1.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Would this fall under book learning?
Yeah, it would. It's
Okay. Because that is
it's
my
historical.
thing. Yeah, book knowledge.
Would you say
Academics,
the
okay.
difficulty is?
If you're going with academics, it's 6. But if you're going with occult, it's 7.
Would my eidetic memory have any kind of impact? Probably not for this one. No. So,
Yes, actually it would.
okay.
6 successes for me.
6
Okay, what-
successes.
I just look confused at Tiffany.
What do I add anything for the eidetic? then?
I'm looking it up. Sorry.
Okay. Because I know I
well,
saw.
Mental. Eidetic memory. Well, I am incorrect. It's just for anything you've observed.
Okay. Okay. No, that's fine. That's what I was kind of curious because it was perception. So, all right. Academics, intelligence, modifier of 1. So, yeah, I have 5 successes.
5 for Asmodeus, 0 for Oliver, 5 for Dragomir,
5 for Casper.
5 for Cat. Oh, 5 for man. Nice.
You guys should have shared those dice. What the heck?
I can offer you one of my successes. I've got plenty.
I'm not the smart one. Oh God, better than her.
She is a smart one,
I know.
but that's not what she's been researching. So.
Actually,
She's actively made us dumber for having listened to her.
It took a success from each one of us.
All right, Oliver, Tiffany, no clue what he's talking about.
yeah, we just kind of look at each other and go,
The 3 of you know that in the First Crusade, Jerusalem was set, and the Crusaders were overly exuberant in their job and committed atrocities upon the peoples, enough so that legend says the streets ran with blood deep enough to wet your ankles.
We're currently in the 3rd.
Just after the Third Crusade, and it's the 100th anniversary of the slaughter.
Okay. So he said
And-
the Infernalists wanted to do what?
They wish
Let's
to
destroy our
seek
kind.
to destroy you, the vampires in general.
And you believe that this 100-year anniversary is going to provide them with power or the means to do so?
Well, I do. The
Was this a vision, or did you have some kind of sight into this?
No. You were not here during it. I was, and at the time, I felt the call of Malcolm. I could feel his manipulation of the events. And the anniversary bodes ill in and of itself. He is a being of patterns, so it's possible he would cause a repeat. But if these infernalists are here during his outreach, I fear it may be worse.
Would it be possible to do my sense cycle thing right here?
Sure. Yeah. Let me just open up to it.
Sorry.
Sure. Since cycle. Okay. Yeah. Uh, you immediately get a sense that Father Bernardus is playing an important role, that his warnings are pointing you in the proper direction, but over the wrong thing.
Gotcha.
And you also get a sense of violence in your near future.
I smirk.
So you believe that the Infernalists will be able to pervert Malkov's patterns that he wishes to see come about?
I believe they'll have the ability to use it to their advantage. I know not their powers, but they are users of magic. I know that much.
Now
What are
I
your suggestions?
Uh, seek them out. I've found some evidence of them, but it has come from all over, no one singular place.
Do you have a place where they seem to be more concentrated, or
Uh,
if we could get someone to ask the Prince's Court, do you believe they would know where these Infernalists might be?
it is possible, but they most seem to be hanging around the cathedrals and specifically the major clinic inside the walls.
So the holy places?
Yes.
Dragomir will look towards Casper. Would you have any contacts that could help us in that regards?
Uh, Not specifically. I don't really have any context per se. Something tells me there's something you're not telling us. You're not leaving anything out that's might be important. I was talking to Bernardus, by the way, not Dragomir.
No. They are magic users. They seek to destroy vampires.
Can I just do a basic sense to get a feeling if he's being 100% honest? I mean, I know that with like the Malkavian way, it's always a bit more abstract what they feel, but
Right.
get a sense of if he's concealing anything.
Sure. Give me a wits. Wits subterfuge to see through any lie.
Subterfuge. All right. And enhanced abilities does not affect this, right?
Correct.
3 successes.
Come everybody else's number is green and mine's always black. I don't get those 10s rolled.
This is
'Cause
irritating.
I have no subterfuge. It's all wits.
He literally just disappeared.
Oh, fantastic.
I've heard of this power.
Yeah.
Where did he go?
Obfuscate. That's it.
Yeah, he was at the bottom, so I had easy access to him. He's gone.
I cast Counterspell. Oh, sorry. Wrong game.
Wrong game. I don't even think you have 3rd level spells, do you? Where
Yeah.
did you finally get?
Yeah. My Warlock ones are finally level 3.
That's right.
He's gone. Give me a moment. I have to make someone up so I can delete them.
How dare you
How dare I what?
kill Bernardus?
I didn't freaking do it.
You say it
Well,
was
money
wit
did it.
subterfuge to.
To see through the lie.
Okay. Can I roll that?
Yeah, sure.
Something weird going on. I don't like it.
I mean, you did ask the question, right?
I got one.
Custom dice pool. Got one. I got one.
3.
Well, for you, it feels like he's just lying through a mission. Like he's telling you what he wants you to know and leaving out stuff he doesn't. But that the overall truth is there are these magic users. He believes to be infernalists, and that they need to be dealt with. Dragomir, for you, he's definitely lying about what they are. He has a target. You get a good sense that he's trying to send you after somebody. But they might not necessarily be infernalists per se. He does seem to be resolute that they are magic users, however. So maybe mages, could be Tremere.
You had me at magic users.
As the two of you are mulling over what he's been saying, the door to his home burst open, and there stands his retainer, Paul. And Paul is breathing heavily. He's very much out of breath, and he says, "The woman from the hospice, she's been kidnapped by the Infernalists, my lord." And he was dead serious. And what? That's what we're going to call it.
Okay.
Real quick, one quick question. Do
Sure,
I believe
yeah.
it?
You would believe that what he's told you thus far is a truth.
I mean, what Paul just said. Was
Oh,
Paul
yeah.
telling the truth?
Yeah, since you have that power activated, yes.
Yeah.
He's telling the truth, 100%. Sorry, I was confused. All
Okay.
right.
Okay.
Well, I thank everyone for joining us this evening on our recap and adventure in Jerusalem. I hope you join us again. Usually there's a clever sign-off by the big boss man, Patrick there, or in this case, Dragomir. However, instead of keep the dice warm, I'd like to ask you a question. Answer us the next time you join us, or if you're on YouTube, in the comments, the doobly-doo. If you could be one of the vampire clans, what would they be? And why? Till then, don't play in the dark. Good night.
Good night.
See ya.